Rapturous reception for this man, playing his last time at Ibrox in a blue jersey. He has graced not only this turf, but grounds around the country, reminding us perhaps of old-fashioned skills, some of the skills we don't see all that often. And he goes with the very best wishes of the Ibrox club and the Rangers supporters to London and a new career. And there is the Rangers team today, and of course there's immediate conjecture as to whether Graham Souness will dip into the purse and buy a replacement immediately for Wilkins. He has been looking at players in the south, but that is a team there today. We may in fact see Trevor Stephen playing a midfield role, a more central midfield role than he has recently. And Dunfermline, well, the size of the crowd today is a reflection of the way they have contributed to Premier Division football this season as a much more mature and enlightened side. And any doubts about their seriousness in the top level were resolved when they paid £540,000 for this man, Istvan Kozma. And there's the referee for today, Mr. Hewitt from Edinburgh. Well, Dunfermline may have been swept aside by Rangers in the Skull Cup at Hampden Park, but they immediately showed their character at Dunfermline, when I really think they ought to have won the game. So they come to Ibrox with a certain amount of confidence, and almost immediately Wilson sending that in, and John Brown's behind it. Quite sort of look to the tough at Ibrox, but the undersoil heating has been on, and there's a free kick, and you can see it cut up slightly. When you have a very hard cross, you don't have 100% effective protection by heating, but it looks good, the pitch, under the circumstances. That's Wilson. Trevor Stephen, as I said, playing more centrally. McCoist. On it goes to Johnson. Now Walters. Oh no, too ambitious. Really excellent crowd in Ibrox today, touching 40,000. Already there's been some resolute tackling, to say the least. Stephen with it. Terry Butcher with the head, and there was nobody coming up to pick that off the ground. That is a let-off for Dunfermline. That was a very good down header by Butcher. Far side Sharp, then Rafferty. Good tackling though. John Brown comes away with it. Nicely touched on to Johnston. Wilkins plays it simply. Rangers intent on keeping possession. Easily swept away, but Trevor Stephen beginning to mop up stuff in midfield here. Rangers patient, trying to open it out. There's Wilkins. Stephen, nice little turn on that. Walters. A bit of jigging around. Boyle is with them. There's Monroe. As I said, Rangers have been building that up very patiently. Good defending by Dunfermline though. No, half like that. Well, Rangers at the moment, hardly anything from Dunfermline. There's Butcher. Touch by Wilkins. just got the touch. Down by Butcher. Johnston. For the Rangers. Dunfermline thought they had it. Wilkins really the master of all he surveys in midfield, even in the first few minutes of this game. Back to Ferguson. After Johnson, there's no offside. Oh, give it away. Sharp. Dunfermline beginning to try to inch their way out of that defensive area, finding it difficult though. Got by Johnson, brought it down very well. Ferguson. Here's Wilkins. Oh, this is good play by Rangers. Building it up cautiously and keeping possession. The run by Stephen. Good tackle though by Smith. Followed on well. Linesman had his flag up, though the referee is waving play on. Butcher. Dunfermline really hemmed in. The Christ. Well, good play by Tierney. He was a bargain buy. 70,000 from Meadowbank Thistle. Solid, reliable sort of player. Straight away down from Walters. Trevor Stephen. I think he meant that for Walters. Wilkins' passing has been superbly accurate this afternoon. Said that before. It's meant for McCoist. Well, I think Tierney made a half-hearted effort at that. Indeed, both Johnson thought there might have been a corner out of it. Touch there by Jack. Wilson. Just got out of that. Smith. Better play by Dunfermline, and it comes to nothing though. Well, that was a defensive move, and yet the first really concerted forward move to Rangers in the game. Here's Wilkins. That's meant for Johnston, and he's done it. Oh, what a superb goal. That was a magnificent pass from Wilkins, it really was. He looked up, trying to find somebody. It really was superb. Watch it. It went all the way through. Johnson onside, brought it down. Never an easy chance, but he made it look so. Rangers are 1 up and 14 minutes gone. Well, if Wilkins had sat up all last night thinking, how do I impress this crowd for the last time and put on a grand performance for them, he's already done it. He could get off the park after 15 minutes and they'd be satisfied. His passing immaculate and also with the penetration. Ferguson plays it simple. I think he ought to concentrate on the simple things. Stevens did that well. Now Wilkins. Richard to Walters. Wilson looks at him. Now Monroe. The hoist is offside. Brown. A little bit of panic in the Rangers defence there. There was a little deflection. But I must say I cannot commend John Brown highly enough, because he's come into central defence and played well. Nice little touch on again by Ferguson. Here's Johnston. On to Stevens. Really had no support though. That ball had to be played off almost immediately. Too much in that for Johnston, and Dory McCarthy playing his 300th senior game for Dunfermline today. It's a remarkable record. Walters got himself beautifully free. Here's Ferguson, he's done it. No hands used, so says the referee. Well, it was Ian Ferguson who finished this. Ferguson seems to have lost his nerve recently, but he didn't that time. And Rangers are going to stand by this lad till he regains his form. Rangers in total domination. Stephen, here's Butcher. Good try one, and he kicked it down. He tried to drill it low. Good control, but with not enough velocity. Butcher again. Go to Rangers. Rangers have been putting very smoothly. No failures on his side at the moment. But a lovely little ball to Butcher from Walters. Now, can he cross like a left winger? Bit heavy. Ferguson. That's the expected cross. Butcher is up, and he's good. Well, he deserved it for that little run that was not the position we'd normally see him in. And it all worked out eventually. Now watch the way he came in for it. Impeccable timing, but a lot of determination as well. Look, and I think Mrs. Butcher will demand that he shave before he gets home tonight. No, too ambitious that pass. Well cut off. Nice touches by Trevor Stephen. Really playing now. Nice little dab forward to Johnson, almost coming off. Kozma. That was a double block, I suspect, and it's a free kick. So, free kick to Dunfermline. Referee trying to get the Rangers players back. It's the curl run. That's not a bad ball at all. Almost catching out that Rangers defence. Very good one. Now watch how this is curled round and the players advancing on it and just squeezed away by Trevor Stephen. Here, nice little touch there, and Trevor Stevens in with it. Slagger ball. And there goes the half-time whistle. Well, Trevor Stevens and Wilkins going off together. I might get an argument from some old-timers, but believe you me, I think I've been watching some of the best midfield play in Rangers jerseys since the days of Jim Baxter. Well, I cite as evidence that very first goal, a superbly drilled pass. I mean, it was all the way, but it had to be accurate. And I must say, Johnson takes full marks for the way he coolly brought it down and slid it in. But from that great base of classy play, Rangers added that other one when the captain decided to come forward. More determination and timing, I would have thought, but that was Rangers well in the lead, and indeed they might have had 3 or 4. But unless Dunfermline do something about it, they're going to have a very dreich second half. Rangers starting the second half, and a gentleman suggested to me when we were having a half-time cup of tea that perhaps even I could have played in goal for Rangers today, so inept Dunfermline have been. I don't think Dunfermline are that bad, but nevertheless, Jim Leishman must be extremely concerned at how easily Rangers have brushed them aside and dominated this game. And here's one of the stars in it. Rangers supporters beginning to see the very best now of Trevor Stephen and Wilkins. Always seeing a space. Now here's Ferguson, picked that up well. No, he goes too wide. That should have been put inside. Well, Butcher was reaching out for that. I think suggesting that he was stopped from heading it. Straight the way through. Monroe just looked on as a spectator there. Yes, Gary Stevens settling for the throw-in. Did that simply again. In it goes to Ferguson, and now Wilkins tries the chip. An intelligent finish there. Well, you could tell he was always going to try and take on the goalkeeper. Just slightly misjudged, but the crowd loved it. Quite extraordinary at Ibrox now. I don't think it's showing up on your screens just as badly as it actually is, but the fog is rolling in as if something's on fire outside. It's quite astonishing. Butcher wanting to come forward. Play a little bit of football at the back. Here's Trevor Stephen. Johnston. Here's Ferguson. Here's Walters, surely put penalty kick, yes. Penalty to Rangers. That ball swept beautifully across by Ferguson. Walters pushed, you can see that. And it's Mo Johnson, I think, who's given the responsibility. I think they all wanted Ray Wilkins, but it's Johnson. With 2 goals in it, Rangers could kill the game off with this. Oh! Well, they certainly haven't, and Dunfermline live again. Much too casually taken by Johnson. He wrong-footed the goalkeeper, but all the wrong height. Well, Dunfermline may take some inspiration from that. Got to get it from somewhere. Wood's best kick out. Cleared by McCarthy. No offside. Johnson trying to creep in here and does. Wilkins. Just slid away though. Monroe. Here's McCoy. Outside of the net now. Nice move here. Little 1-2 I think was being attempted by Monroe. McCoy took it himself. That was a very difficult angle. We played 27 minutes of this second half. It's still 2-0. I think it's 2-0 anyway. I'm peering into this fog. Some people are beginning to suspect that a goal's been scored, but I think I get assurance that it is 2-0. There we are, that confirms it. I can see that through the fog, all right. They're actually struggling to get more, although they have that huge superiority in midfield. The up and under. Cosma does very well. Willie Monroe looked quite weak there. It's good play by Dunfermline, and there's Woods. That's the best move of the game so far. Not totally shrouded in mist. And there was a drive forward. And a Boyle trying to get in from Smith, and Woods had it. A lot of height in that one. Walters. Stephen gives him backing. Then Walters! Great piece of play between the pair of them there. Well, Walters did the feeding, and then that lovely little curl ball there. He wasn't far away, was he? Here's Brown. Good play by Brown. Walters picks it up. Walters. Nice touch forward there. Here's Johnston. A great save. That was a good save. McCoy's handing that unselfishly to Johnson to attempt. They both had that opportunity. Certainly they got clear of their markers. The stoop ball there, and with the defender converging on him, he gave it to Johnson, who was trying to put it way to the top left-hand corner. With Stevens. There's right to Westwater. Johnston. Swept in there, just going right through the legs, and he took it first time as he normally does, but too straight. And this huge Ibrox crowd, they've stayed on and they're chanting the name of Ray Wilkins. They're doing exactly what the Ibrox manager had hoped, and make this a celebration as McCoy tries to go through in this, and does. Then it's cut back. Think out of it, corner kick, will it? Yes, it is. Good break by Rangers there. McCoy's doing better running and trying to lay it back. Just snuffed out as Stephen came in for it. Tried a shot, Walters. Good tackle, he tried to go himself. Now Stephen. Brown is up. Walters. Well, there's a very good cross. Butcher. Too much loft on it. And Rangers ending the game on a high note after a 20-minute spell which nothing but was very much happening, but Walters getting into sparkling form again, hoisting it out. Now here's Johnson with a chance. Here's McCoy's. He must score. He's done it. Greeting the supporters, and hasn't he enjoyed that one? Well, that's the man to give him it. And down the ball went. Well, McCoy certainly had the opportunity laid right on a plate by Johnson, and he took it with the greatest of ease. 3-0, and just a few seconds remaining. And still the name of Ray Wilkins being chanted around Ibrox. And there goes the final whistle. Wilkins right in the centre circle. He told me the other day when I was interviewing him that this would be an emotional moment for him. And the Rangers supporters and Butcher are heightening the mood of farewell. And there he is, Ray Wilkins, after a superb first half performance. The opening goal was a thing of magic. The ball swept forward 30 yards past, right to the foot of Johnson, and Johnson had the ball nestling in the net after gathering it. But the day is all about Ray Wilkins. Off he goes after an experience at Ibrox and an occasion he'll never forget.
Ray, it seemed to me you enjoyed that game, but how difficult was the day for you?
It was a very difficult time for me, Archie. I didn't sleep very much last night, knowing what was going to happen today. And you know, the thought of leaving the lads and going back down south was a bit of a tug for me. And today was a very difficult day for me.
It was a unique day for you. I don't know whether you know the Rangers' history or not, but I think that's the first time anybody leaving Rangers has been acclaimed as a hero. How did you feel about that?
Well, I thought it's strange. I've received some absolutely fantastic letters from people. And I didn't know what the reaction of the crowd would be. I've only been here 2 years, and I thought half of them would think, well, if he's leaving Rangers, then let him leave. But the reaction that I've received from people has been absolutely marvellous, and it's a memory that will live with me for the rest of my days anyway.
Well, I think that first goal, which you were involved in, will live with a lot of people for a long time. It must have given you great satisfaction that you found your man with such a long pass. It gives me as much satisfaction as scoring. I don't score many goals, but to actually lay on a long pass for somebody to score is always a great enjoyment for a midfield player. But when you have people such as Maurice Johnson who run off the ball for you, such as he does, it's not a hard thing to do. People say, what a terrific pass. But Mo made the goal and scored the goal. And the way he took it, he made it look so simple. Now, you should have won this game much more easily. You got that last goal near the end, but you were superior to Dunfermline, as in many ways you were to Aberdeen on Wednesday night.
Yes,
I felt surprised you.
We felt that was possibly our best 90 minutes of football all season on Wednesday night, and we lost the match. Normally in a game, wherever you're playing, 10 minutes of the game goes to the opposition. But we felt on Wednesday night that we controlled that game from start to finish, and we lost one goal. Today we felt, for the first half an hour, that was possibly some of the best football we played as well. It was really good stuff, and we scored a couple of goals. And I think we should have won a lot more today.
Now, you've been around Europe. You played in England at the highest level, Italy, and now in Scotland at Rangers. Have you either learned something here, or do you take something away with you that you will know?
Well, it'd be lovely to come up here and actually win the match. So it's prestigious-wise, it's a very important match.